Hello, and welcome to another update video about silver. So yeah, I showed you a few days ago this silver chart. We talked about this setup down here for a 1-2 setup. I had some issues with it because of the truncation here in wave 5 of 1. However, it turned around in our support box and we seem to be moving. We have a potential 5-wave move to the upside again, but it's not behaving in an ideal way. So I haven't got that deep pullback that I would like to have to get a bit of an idea of where exactly we are. In terms of bearish scenario, the orange count still valid here. Yes, it did push above the previous high, but I can easily reset wave 4, which means another wave 5 down can still happen. I would need it to break above the $25 level to basically invalidate the bearish count, the immediate bearish count here as a diagonal pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would still be part of an overall bullish count. It would just mean we get another low, okay? However, now we are exploring the idea still if a lasting low has been established. So nothing has changed basically since the beginning of October when we started to watch for a potential 5-wave move to the upside, which occurred, but only with a truncation. So it needs extensive proof. But I indicated to you, that the next rally could be a 3rd wave. So that would be the real breakout scenario then. So let's see if this is already the 3rd wave. If this is this 3rd wave, where could we get to? Let's talk about that. I think it should take us into the $26 region. Let's calculate that. Maybe even a bit higher. So we have the wave 1, then we go to the low of the wave 2. So what I would like to see is the 1.618 extension actually, ideally for this 3rd wave, to be honest. Well, it would be enough if the 3rd reaches sort of 26.30. Then we get a 4th wave and then this 5th wave, which could take us to $27 plus. So that's what I want to see. Within this 3rd wave though, yeah, that's the challenge now to determine where exactly we are. So again, I've had a wave 2 low in place, possibly, yeah. Structure creates some problems for me. I mean, there are ways to count this. It's just that I would like to have this as a 5-wave move. It looks good. The issue is that, so we either already have a 1-2 setup in wave 3. Where are we? Up there, wave 3. And this is now the 3rd of a 3rd wave. Then we come down in 4, 5. So essentially, it would need to be like that. Let me change the color. So we would have in this scenario a very, very shallow wave 2. But it's a possibility. So basically, this would be this 3rd wave here. 5 waves in this 3rd wave. So basically like this. This is one valid scenario. Problem I have with that is that this 1-2 setup is not ideal because the wave 2 was so shallow. So I'm not happy with this scenario, but I might have to go with it if it just keeps going, right? If we now get a bit of a pullback, we are dealing with an ABC structure. So I have to count this as an A wave down, an overshooting B wave, and then the C wave down is still missing. I will leave that in the yellow count. Yeah. That's possible. And based on that, I can define support. So based on this scenario, we take the length of the wave 1, and support is all the way down to the 78.6 retracement. So basically, if it really has to, it could come down that much, but it's quite far away. So I wouldn't think it's doing that. Even if we have an overshooting B wave and now we're coming down in the C wave, because the B wave did overshoot so much, the C wave doesn't need to be that long, right? It doesn't need to come down all the way into standard support for a wave 2. What would be possible is that, okay, if this was just an A wave, this is the B wave top, that it extends into the region. Well, normally you say not more than the 2.618 extension level. Now that is already a lot. I would first try to pay attention to the region between the 100% extension and the 161.8 extension level. So this is the first area of probability that I would like to see the price get into. Let me add that to the chart. This is our pivot basically. So ideally it's turning around somewhere here. If it breaks below that, we might need to give it space all the way down to 22.22, which is a lot, okay? So, but first of all, because the A wave and the C wave have a certain Fibonacci relationship, I'm going to watch this area. But again, technically the C wave can extend lower, okay? So we'll see. It's technically, this scenario is not invalidated until we take out $21.87, but it will already reduce significantly in likelihood below $22.22. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, we might now be in this wave 2 basically. Okay, if we say we had a wave 1, ABC, then the wave 2 would actually sit here. And then we would get a third wave rally afterwards. And that can take us to $25, $26, $27. So I'm quite excited about that. But first of all, it needs to prove it can hold support. Silver is certainly trying to show some bullish movements here. The bearish count or short-term bearish count, which is the orange one, is not invalidated. It needs the break above the $25 level for that. So that would also be a bit of a bullish breakout pattern. Yeah. And yeah, I think at the moment, the way this goes, I would start to lean towards yellow. So A wave down, overshooting B wave, C wave down. For that, I'd like it to go a little lower, but it's now reached a 1-to-1 ratio, 100% extension. So if it goes up now, to be honest, if I look at this, then I would probably say, okay, this was just an extremely strange running flat structure where the B wave did overshoot massively. The C wave didn't get below the low of the A wave. It's actually quite a bullish structure because if the B wave overshoots that much, you see how much upside pressure there is. So that's sort of how I'm going to follow this now over the course of the next week or so. Yeah, that's my update about silver. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, then check out our S&P 500 and stocks service. You can find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.